And here we go again, Coffin car. And today we've been playing with the cardboard, creating the template for the firewall. I already did the template for the seat, and I mounted the seat onto an adjustable stand, and that'll be a big plus because there's not much for room here, so it'll be nice to be able to go back and forth and get in a comfortable position. So this way you have some kind of choice of where you want to sit. And playing with this cardboard, we have a mess here. And we did get a bunch of new stuff in this week, tool-wise, something that I'm inventing that we'll go over once I pull the camera off. But right now, let's just talk about this. So I did all my measurements, and I came up with my basic firewall. It's not the final firewall, because the coffin's got to come back off in order for me to actually put the brackets in and create the proper firewall out of, I'm probably going to go with a 1/4-inch piece of steel. I don't want to go aluminum. I want to go with something that's going to have some protective powers in case there's any engine damage or whatever, because we're quite restricted in here and it can be hazardous. Also, I need to create a transmission tunnel. I could purchase them, but it would be a waste because I would have to cut more than half of it away to make it fit. So at this point, I'll probably just roll and create a tunnel myself, and shouldn't be that bad. I've done it before, you know, patching tunnels on old hot rods that went from you know, stick to automatic, vice versa, and you know, just repairing things that rotted away. So again, not a big deal. It's just a bunch of measurements and a lot of trial and error too. So basically, by sitting, I'm sure you can see the seat, sitting a little bit, let's get a little light here. So sitting a little bit high will minimize the amount of leg room I need in order to reach the gas pedal or brake pedal. So we should be in pretty good shape with that. And you know, for the most part, everything's coming together good. One thing I did not check is, where's my brake pedal based on? My brake pedal based on my firewall is good. Good. It was something I didn't look at, and I just thought about it when I said brake pedal. So for the most part, we have you know, we have a tight fit on everything on this thing. My concern that we spoke about last week was to insulate the exhaust enough to where it won't start blistering the side of the coffin, because I don't want to ruin this paint job. I really like the paint job. I like the gaudy handles and the gaudy fake chrome. And look, as I touch things, the firewall's falling here. But we're going to pop the camera off, and we're going to go over a few things. And also, I already started gearing up on a few things. One of them is the exhaust. I started gearing up on polishing the stainless steel tubes, bending them. I got Bentech software. I've always had it. I just updated it to the newest one. And this way we can create our safeties. In here, we'll need to create our hoops, top and bottom. And this way, you know, if anybody were to hit the side of the vehicle while I'm in it, at least I have some hope of not getting seriously hurt. And again, you know, you got to take a safety when you create these crazy things, because unfortunately, you know, people are worried about being on cell phones and texting and not paying attention anymore, and you can get seriously hurt if it isn't built correctly. So one of the issues too with the roll cage idea is, do I come up and create a rollover type cage? Do I leave it plain? I don't know yet. If anything, I might have to do an outside hoop, which I'm not too keen on because I think it'll look stupid. If I do an inside hoop, it may work. You know, it may work. I'll have to kind of, yeah, obviously it's got to be above my head, so I'm going to have to sit in there and take a measurement. But, so again, there's going to be a lot of trial and error with that, and I may actually mock it up. And I know the dimensions will be a little different, but I may mock it up with PVC pipe and just, you know, use the fittings and all that to create my bends. And mock it up, see how it looks, see what type of restriction I have in here. You know, am I restricting anything with steering wheels or anything like that? I do have to come up with the steering idea, which I kind of have already. So that's going to be interesting to do. And And that's about it. So let's pop that camera off. Let's do a little look at a few things, including one of my inventions that I need to make for my polishing setup. So, like I say every weekend, I'm not a cameraman. Here is the cardboard. I bought a bunch of cardboard for making my templates. Here's some shelves. I got another set of shelves, and I got a lot of stuff out from behind here. As you can see, things are lessening up over here. And I spent the majority of the weekend just cleaning and somewhat organizing. This stuff has to go out, has to be boxed up and go out into the trailer just to get it out of the way. And the wheel balancing machine, not sure where I'm putting that yet. And there's a few boxes over here which are nothing real important, stuff that just needs to go out into the trailer. So anyway, here's the makeshift firewall. Just a quick template that I put together to see where I need to be. And we got to put brackets in there, you know, kind of square it out. Put that firewall, attach it to the coffin only, so this way, if I have to pull this coffin, I can. Because, you know, if we need to pull a tranny or something happens, you got no room. You know, and you can't start making big, gigantic holes over here and all that. It's just, it's ridiculous. It's just easier to make the coffin removable. So here's the seat, and there's the base. There's a handle right here so I can adjust my back and front. And it's an inexpensive racing seat from, I believe I bought it on Summit. I think I bought it on Summit. And there is some upholstery that goes on there that I also purchased. So at least it'll look halfway decent, be halfway comfortable. So once this coffin is off, then I could start making things semi-permanent, putting the brackets in, doing the sheet metal, or actually it's going to be more like 1/4 inch plate. I don't know if I'm going to make 3/16 might even be enough. So I was thinking about doing diamond plate, you know, steel diamond plate, but maybe, maybe not. I don't know. The diamonds get a little rigidity, makes it a little tougher, so we may do that. But again, right now we're just in the planning stages. We're not at the, you know, making it permanent stage. We're at the gandering stages. How does it look? So basically, our top is going to go back on. My only concern is, and I know I'm kind of crowding things here, and it's hard to see, but my only concern is with the seat like that, how am I going to get the cover to, you know, open and close? So I'm not sure if I'm going to take the cover and kind of do it like the original Dragula, where it opens up like a cockpit, you know, straight up with a couple of gas pistons on there. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do yet. And again, I got to get this on the ground in order to figure that out. So in preparation of the exhaust and, you know, bending my roll cage and all that, I just started kind of getting my tooling together. And last week I showed you I had the 2-inch die, which we may be switching over to 2.5 inch for the exhaust. So the 2-inch die is going to come in handy to do my hoops. And for the exhaust, we have a couple of things here. I haven't put it all together yet because I'm still waiting for one part. We have the motor. And this is just a test tube, 2-inch test tube. And this is a lathe chuck. So I have an adapter that's going to take that chuck and put it on this motor. This motor will turn counterclockwise, and I will control the speed with this variable power supply. So I just kind of turn this and it'll allow the motor to spin quicker, slower, you know, whatever. And I'll find the optimum speed that I need. And I do have the, and I don't think I could get my hands on it right now because it's actually on this shelf, but all the way at the bottom. But I have the polisher, which is the belt style polisher. It's got the 3 wheels, and then when you press on the pipe, it actually conforms to the pipe. And if you don't have a way to turn the pipe continuously, what happens is you're going to do part of it, and then you're going to turn the pipe manually, do another part, and then you start getting blend issues, what looks better, what doesn't look better. So we're going to spin it on this motor, and on the other end, so we don't mar things up, I purchased this pipe stand with rollers on it. So basically, that's going to roll nice and neat right on those wheels and not cause any marring or any damage. And it's going to be at the very end of the pipe. Probably like 2 inches will be rolling on here. So if it does get marred up a little bit, it'll probably be the part that I'm going to be cutting anyway. Actually, it will be the part that I'm cutting anyway. So, you know, we're not going to be too worried about it. So, just a better way, you know, no sense being Neanderthal when you're doing something. Try to create the best you can. But, yeah, this came to me one day last week, and I'm like, you know what? I need to spin the pipe, I believe, counterclockwise, because the tool's going to go clockwise. So the pipe will feed into the sander will feed away from the pipe. And I think we're going to end up with a good, simple way to polish, a quick way to polish. And just got to figure out exactly, you know, what I'm going to use to polish this pipe. You know, do we start out with sandpaper, work our way fine, and then we're going to have to figure out how to buff it to a luster. So, again, that's going to be a little bit of an experiment to see exactly, you know, how we're going to do that. So those are the new toys for you know, for this weekend, and everything was really inexpensive. It's all made by Vevor. Nobody gives me anything. I pay for everything you see here, and Vevor is a very inexpensive cost on tools. They have very cheap prices on tools, and you know, motors and a whole bunch of different stuff. And I have quite a few things. The grinder, or belt sander, I should call it, belt sander pipe polisher, is also a Vevor, and I think in my whole idea here, including the including the polisher, which gives you 100 belts of, you know, multiple different grades, which is it's a heck of a deal. And I want to say I probably have invested in this idea maybe $300, if that. So, like I said, you know, if you guys are trying to invent something, or you want to buy something inexpensive because you're not relying on it all the time. But then again, I have the Vevor pipe expander. I have one here and I have one at my shop, and the one at my shop is used almost daily, and I've had no issues with it, and it's been there for 2 years already. And everything down there is very rough. There's nothing done gently down there. Everything is rough work, and tools get not necessarily abused, but they get definitely used. So, you know, for stuff at home, Vevor is your answer. You won't spend a lot of money, you'll acquire some decent stuff, and you'll be able to get your projects done so much easier, and not have to, you know, basically struggle to do a simple polishing job and make it take longer than it should. And that variable power supply is also from Vevor. Again, it's a 2,000 watt, and that was like $60, I believe. And again, you know, I'd love to, you know, for Vevor to send us stuff. I would love for them to do that, because I would review it honestly. And so far, my experience with them has been 100% satisfaction. I haven't purchased anything from them that I regret purchasing. Everything was always described very good in the catalog, you know, when you go online and you're looking for what you need. And they got a lot of cool stuff in a lot of different areas. They even have things for like your yard and, you know, whatever. And, you know, I want to say that this stuff would hold up in a commercial environment, because my pipe expander, you know, my exhaust pipe expander, is definitely holding up in a pretty hard, nasty environment, and I've had no issues with it for 2 years. So, again, happy with the Vevor products, and it would be cool to be able to, you know, introduce those to people and talk about it and stuff like that, and you know, encourage you to buy them, because, like I said, it's a good product. So there's the shelving. You know, I'm not 100% totally organized, but I'm much better than I was. As you can see back here, we opened it right up, as you saw before, and we need to address this section of wall next. Some of this is memorabilia. It's not car stuff except for that hood, and I think that's it. They're really just a hood, and that other box in front of the hood, the upholstery, which I think is the door panels. Just this little pile here is automotive, and that's the old back seat. And that snap-on box and a bunch of other snap-on things over here are all memorabilia. So, you know, it is what it is. Oh, also, we finally got the correct rods in. So I went ahead and put them in. I just did a quick eyeball on centering the spindles. Right now, it's making a turn. So, you know, it's basically, you Let me just taking a look here. So basically he's making a turn right now. I was just looking at something. We have this here, that's all taken care of. We put the steering arm in there, and everything looks good. So little by little we're getting there. There's the steering shaft, which we put in a few weeks ago. And with the seat in there and with installing the firewall and all that, I'm going to have to make the hoops for it. You know, the roll cage, and then we can start figuring out our final part of the steering, which in my head it's already figured out. It looks like it will work, but until we get in there and start putting it together, we have no idea. So let's get back on the stand and finish up. Alright, so again, it doesn't look like a lot got done, but a lot did get done because the just the making of this template and fine-tuning it and putting it where I want it and not making it a big gigantic hole above the tranny, keeping it tight. So when I do the tunnel, it'll keep it tight to the floor where I can start creating basically a little kick panel where I can put my gas pedal and all that. So you know, we've got a ways to go on that. We need to extend the floor forward towards there on the left and the right, and we need to get a little bit closer to the tranny with the floor, not a lot, just very little, maybe say 3 inches on each side, and then finalize it with the transmission tunnel, which at this point it's just going to be easier for me to make it than it's going to be to purchase it and then hack it all up, and you know, basically you're going to waste $200 for nothing. Well, I can make the tunnel for probably $20–30. So you know, that's what we're going to do. And also where the seat sits, again, safety in mind, we're going to need to create a I don't know what pattern. I guess it would be a V pattern, not even an open V pattern, we'll call it. I'm going to have to come with flat stock welded to the frame towards the area of the firewall. I can't think here. And I'm going to have to come back to the frame. I'm going to have to somewhat to the back section of the frame, and at that point I'll be able to screw in the seat, and it'll be safe, and we'll be in good shape. Alright, sorry, I had to change the battery. So that's about it. So that's where we're at. We're at the getting the firewall and the floor done, and the front here I'm not too worried about. This is going to be fairly simple, at least I think so for now. It's going to be fairly simple to put it together, and that's it. So again, it doesn't look like a lot got done, but a lot did get done. A lot of it was you know, fairly intricate, and you know, we just want to put everything in there. Don't want to start hacking things up, and you know, want to keep everything as neat as possible. So hopefully next week I'll have this thing on the ground, and we'll be putting the rear in, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Ask questions. You know, and we'll get answers back to you. Look at that, I'm cutting my head off in the picture. It's been a long day. I'm a little tired, and that's why I'm a little sluggish right now. But a lot got done. A lot got done, even though it doesn't look like it. All right, guys. Like, subscribe. See you next week. Thank you.